Hello, in this video I'm going to demonstrate the use of do-while loop in Java. Let's begin by creating a project. I'll call it as using do-while. I'll add a new class. Let's call it as program01. In this program, we would like to accept a number from the user and then check if there is prime or not, and then print the same thing. Later, we want to ask the user, do you wish to continue? If the user says yes, I want to repeat the whole process. Now let's break this down. Let us write a function to check if the input number is a prime or not. So I'm going to write a method that is supposed to return Boolean. We'll call it as isPrime. It accepts one number and then checks if there is prime or not. So to do that, we'll make use of a for loop. We'll start with I equals to 2, and then we'll find out the half of this particular number, which is limit. So I'll say limit equals to number divided by 2. And as long as I is less than or equals to limit, we would like to continue and check if the number modulus I is equals to 0. So if it is 0, that means it is divisible. So we say, hey, it is not a prime number, so we'll return false. But if everything is okay, the for loop terminates on its own, and then we will return true. The main method is static. So any other function that you are calling inside the main from your own class also has to be declared as static. So we'll do so. Let us declare a scanner to accept a number. So we'll say SC. And then we will also require a string, probably later. We'll accept a number from the user by asking him to enter one. So we'll say enter a number, and then we will say int num equals to sc dot next int. So this will accept an integer from the keyboard, but we have not initialized sc. So where is the keyboard? So we'll say here sc equals to new scanner of system.in. Now system.in is the default console input, just like system.out, which is the default console output. So we are reading it from the keyboard now. Once we got this number, we need to check if that input number is a prime or not, for which we'll make use of this particular function. So to do so, we'll get into an if condition. I'll say is prime of that num. If it is yes, then we want to do something. Now you can see that I don't have to compare this with true or false, because the method is going to return true if it is a prime. So we'll print that message. We'll say that the number plus num is a prime number. Similarly, I can say else system.out.println the number plus num is not a prime. So let us execute and check if this is working as expected. So when we execute this, we'll enter a number, and that is a prime, but the application is terminated. This is exactly we want to avoid. So we run it again, we'll type 12, which is not a prime number, and we got the feedback. Now, to ensure that this whole step is repeatedly done until the user says no or not yes, and that is what we would like to do. So we need a loop. Now if I use a while loop here, we initially have to ask the user, do you want to even start? So but we would like to execute this minimum one time. So the best suited loop for this would be a do loop, and the way you can add that now is select all the statements that matter, right click and say surround with a do loop or a do while statement. And it says here, hey, we're going to display this one time or execute this one time, and based on this condition's truthfulness, it's going to repeat that. But what is the condition? So for that, we'll declare one variable, string sno, where the user may enter yes or no, and we would like to ask it from the user. So we'll reinitialize this sc to new scanner of system.in. Now the reason behind this you would learn in another session. So we'll say here system.out.print and say, do you wish to try again? And we'll ask the user these choices, yes, no. And we say here that yes, no equals to sc dot next line. And now this is how you read a string from the keyboard, while this is how you read a int from the keyboard. And you can guess that there are other methods like next double and so on. So we got this yes, no. Now we check if yes, no is equals to, or you can even say if equals ignore case. Is it yes? Then we want to continue forward. And once you continue forward, it will continue to accept a number and check if it's a prime and then continues. Now let us check this out, and also we will come out of the loop and say that this is an end of demo. So save it and let's execute the same to see how our application is working. So let's clear the console and we execute this. It says enter a number. Let's give 7. It says that it is a prime number. Do you wish to try again? Yes, no. I'll type yes, I want to try. And then it says enter a number again. I'll type 18. It says 18 is not a prime number. Do you wish to continue again? Yes, I will say yes. And I will try again another number. This time I can even type in capital S because we said equals ignore case. This is not a problem. It will continue. I'll say 19. It is a prime number. Now I can type anything other than yes. The application is going to stop. However, I will type it as no and it will stop. And it says end of demo and you can see it is terminated. So most popular application of do while is to execute something once and then see if you want to re-continue or re-execute the loop again. Now this is the point you need to understand about the do while loop.